Hey, you. Welcome back. Go ahead and take a moment to get settled in. And for this session, go ahead and keep your eyes open. And then just stare into space with a wide gaze. And now, look at something in front of you. Your desk, your phone, whatever's there. And whatever it is you see, notice that what you actually see is just an undifferentiated field of color and light and shadow. And stenciled over this field, there will be a concept, which is most likely distracting you from this fact, distracting you from the raw data of color and light and shadow that is there. This thing seems to be a real concrete object, separate from everything else, but is in fact separated only by the concept you have of it, which is arising in the mind without much awareness around it. See if you can relax this sense of the discreteness of the object. Try to let go of any concept you may have of it. See if you can erase the borders of this thing by simply receiving the raw experiential data. The neurologist Oliver Sacks tells a fascinating story about a blind patient whose vision he was able to restore. After the surgery, Sacks asked the patient, "So, what do you see?" And at first, the patient couldn't explain what he was experiencing. It turns out there was only this undifferentiated field of color and light. This chaos. No organization, no pattern. And it was only after the patient was able to connect his already acquired concept of Dr. Sachs' voice that he was able to slowly piece together the shape and form of Dr. Sachs' lips moving. Okay, so let's look at another object. And this time, try to be aware of this process. You're sitting with an open gaze, not fixed on anything. And then you look at some object in the room, and there appears some idea or concept of what it is. Go ahead, try it a few more times. The world renowned spiritual teacher, Krishnamurti, once said that after a child learns the concept bird, the child never sees a bird again, but rather only the concept bird. This is a common pattern for all of us. As we move through life, we organize and automatize our experience and our reactions with concepts, which allows the intellect, the ego, the problem solver, to work more efficiently with the seasons, the patterns of life. But if we're not mindful, this automatization can really dim our experience over the years. It's like driving to some place you've never been before and everything feels so bright and vivid. But then, after you've made the same drive 100 plus times, it's almost as if the entire scene drops from your awareness. As the ego builds and reinforces more and more concepts, our natural, raw, open awareness falls by the wayside, and there becomes this felt sense of distance between the I, that is, between the self and its objects, between you and the rest of the world. So let's follow Jesus' advice here and become like young children again. Let's learn to look past this collection of concepts so that we can become whole again, so that we can meet our raw, bare experience, so that we can see and feel it more clearly, without concepts fracturing it, without judgments and biases clouding and distorting it. So go ahead and look with a wide gaze and see if you can experience an undifferentiated field of color and light. Just as you relax the sense that you feel the shape of your hands, as you pay closer attention to the raw sensations of tingling and pressure and temperature, well, so too with your visual field. Relax your sense of objects, of concepts, and just see everything as a continuous play of light. Can you realize in a flash that everything in your visual field is in fact a continuous play of light? And rather than move your eyes across that space, keep them steady as you take in the whole field at once. Let your vision grow very wide and simply receive this unified scene of color and light. Remember, your eyes work in the same fashion as your ears. There's nothing for you to do here, no effort you need to make. Just rest as that space in which it and all other sensations are appearing. And can you notice that you are not appearing in this space? Of course, you might still feel that you have a head. You might feel the sensations of your face or your eyes. But realize that those two are appearing in consciousness. Just continue to allow your awareness to grow wider. Keep dropping back until you realize that you are this prior condition in which anything that can be noticed is noticed. Check the attitude in the mind. Is there any tension, any sense of struggling? If so, see if you can just let all of that go. And if not, no worries. Just notice that it too is appearing in this same open space. In the last minute of the session, just rest as this space. Realize that there's nothing for you to do here. There are no problems for you to solve. Well, thank you for practicing. As you move about your day, see if you can start to bring into awareness any concepts you carry. Try to become aware of any judgments or biases that cloud your raw awareness. Try to be 10% more open, 10% less closed to new or opposing ideas. Let's start to loosen the grip you have on your concepts, on many of your ideas and beliefs. See if you can start to hold conceptual frameworks with mindfulness, with an openness and an eagerness to understand them, without grasping at them or pushing them away. And I'll see you back here tomorrow.